Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back with your daily crypto news and analysis. And today we're going to be talking about Hedera and HBAR, so let's just dive in and let's talk about a few things. So, first off, I do want to start with this tweet from Stater_HBAR. Obviously, you guys are probably aware of Stater Labs at this current moment in time. They are the DeFi giant behind Hedera, or I should say they were the first ones. Since then, we have seen a ton of DeFi expansions on Hedera, but this video is going to be centered on why Hedera is an absolute game changer for crypto, not just, NFTs. This is actually centered on NFTs, this tweet here, which, of course, yes, I do think that the NFT entire market around NFTs, I should say, is being fully disrupted from Hedera's side. We actually do see here Hedera is changing the NFT game. New and innovative NFT marketplaces are booming. The best part, it has everything you need to utilize NFT's full potential. Here's why Hedera may outplay them all. So first off, perfect timing. NFT adoption has skyrocketed. New projects and users are moving to more energy efficient blockchains, and guess what? Hedera is carbon negative. However, there's more. 2 launches. Hedera is preparing for the next massive NFT boom. NFTs, HIP 17, configurable royalties, HIP 18, standards as well, HIP 412. These upgrades have brought organic growth and the adoption of NFTs to the network and a unique mission. Hedera has a unique consensus model and a novel mission to become a carbon neutral, decentralized technology leader. This will definitely attract more NFT projects, DeFi dApps, and also various new integrations. Next, powerful wallet and marketplaces. With this combination, you can collect your favorite NFTs, create amazing collections, and have the ability to trade them as well. Better yet, and by the way, 10,000 NFTs. Like if you want to make a 10,000 NFT project, it would only cost you roughly almost like $80. The HBAR Foundation's role. The HBAR Foundation has fueled the current NFT expansion. How? In various ways. To name a few, providing grants, sharing capital resources, extending marketing support, and also technical and operational support. Then down here, the HBAR $250 million metaverse fund. This fund will help expand Hedera's ecosystem future, mainly by supporting developer ideas till fruition. Finally, we're excited to see what lies ahead for Hedera. And yeah, when we talk about NFTs, first off, NFTs on Hedera have been booming, especially with the marketing aspect of things. Here is a 17-second long video. You don't really need to watch the 17-second long video fully. But you can definitely see what's happening in regards to the NFT sector. If you guys don't know, LG Art Lab is built out on Hedera. It is fueled by Hedera, and you can definitely see it up here. This is on the center point of the Times Square in New York. And imagine the near future when all these billboards adorn beautiful NFT works. I do think that that is the future that we are headed towards. NFTs have been expanding rapidly. Not only have NFTs been expanding rapidly, but also, when we talk about NFT use cases, it's not just centered on artworks. I think that that is the biggest misconception around NFTs for the most part. I think that a lot of people kind of get caught up in the idea that, oh, NFTs are this, that, whatever. But honestly, royalties, real estate, anything that you could think of can essentially be tokenized. And I think that this is the biggest aspect to focus on around tokenization, especially on things like Hedera being carbon negative. It is a big successful thing around Hedera. And also, by the way, when we talk about things happening around the development phase within, Hedera, we talk about gaming. This is a little bit of a trailer around Ashfall. If you guys don't know about Ashfall, it is a big gaming studio that is focused on, well, I should say Lithos is a big gaming studio that is focused on building out Ashfall. This is being built out on Hedera. It is very exciting. I think that the graphics on this look incredible. I think that everything around this looks awesome. Lithos, for the longest time, has been sharing with us a few things. Nothing too crazy. Like, for example, here are some of the sketches and also illustrations around the artwork. Here's also a little bit of an insight on some of the gaming. I guess it's like a concept art around it. Very exciting. I think that the graphics on this, I think that everything around this looks awesome. Here's some more sketches, some other project sketches which we talked about in the past. I'm very excited for gaming projects like this going live out on something like Hedera, because this is exactly what this space needs. I mean, for the longest time, most of the things around this space have been completely thrown together and they're complete trash. So having something like this is awesome to see, and I think that high quality, demanded gaming projects as well as NFT projects are key and crucial. And by the way, yes, we have been definitely paying attention to some of the major artworks on Hedera. If you guys want to go check out some of those artworks, go check out Zeus.market. They have incredible projects over there. The main collections that I've been looking at are like Meta Zombies, Hashmingos. There's a few other ones as well. I know that Pengu Palace just launched. There's so much happening over there. It's insane. I do need to update you guys on my other channel. I have been taking a little bit of time away from that. I do apologize. But also, talking about things happening around sports as well. Again, Hedera is taking over every single aspect that we could possibly think of. We do see here, we are excited to announce that Karate Combat will become the first sports league and transition its governance to its fans and athletes by forming a DAO. Karate token holders will determine the league's budget, marketing strategy, rule changes, and more. I could actually see this happening around the UFC. I could see this happening around a lot of sports industries as well. Boxing, basketball, football, etc. Anything that you could think about, it's going to be disrupted by sports governments, tokens. Sports itself is just going to be fully disrupted by crypto at some point in time. The UFC has moved rapidly on, crypto adoption. They actually have, I think that they have a sponsorship with Crypto.com as well as VeChain. So they're focused quite a bit on a lot of things around crypto. But also down here, half of the HTS-based Karate governance tokens will be given away over time through an airdrop on Hedera, coinciding with the release of their mobile app. To participate in the biggest giveaway in sports history, sign up below. And yeah, I think that this is awesome. I think that this is great. This isn't like a huge name in sports. They only have about 31.6K followers, but it is still very exciting nonetheless to see sports getting involved in crypto a lot more. I mean, during 2021, I think it was like, I want to say it was during the Super Bowl of 2021 into, basically the summertime. We've seen so many major updates around crypto. And I actually even think, the Super Bowl of this year as well, we've seen so many major advertisements for crypto as well. I think that Coinbase had their big one that kind of shut down their servers a little bit. It was pretty crazy, but for the most part, we've been seeing crypto being spotlighted, especially at sporting events, because that's like the best way to get to retail is just kind of through things that they are interested in, and sports is a big one. So this is great to see. I think that this is awesome to see, especially from Hedera. And by the way, if you go check out, Karate Combat, you do see Hedera at the center point of almost everything. I don't think that this one had it. But I've seen a few of their events, and you could definitely see Hedera's logo at the center point as a major sponsorship, very similar to UFC as well with VeChain. But also over here, this is the big one that I want to talk to you guys a little bit about. So ServiceNow. Obviously, we've been talking about ServiceNow for a while. Here is the ESG public ledger, the secure, auditable ESG asset management system built on Hedera using the Guardian, solving widespread industry issues of information asymmetry and fraud to drive global efforts towards sustainability. This is a video. You guys can go check out this video if you want. I'm not going to talk about this video. What I will talk about is a few things within this that they are talking about within this video. And the first thing I do want to talk to you guys a little bit about is tokenization. Obviously up here they are talking about CO2, greenhouse gases, all that kind of stuff that we've been talking about for a while with Hedera, because they are the big name behind the ESG move and carbon neutrality as well as carbon negative move. And down here is tokenized assets. So tokenized assets is a very interesting market. You guys know me. I love tokenization. It's probably like one of the biggest opportunities in our lifetime, honestly. And I say that, proudly. I don't say it lightly, because when you actually look at tokenization, it's going to tokenize almost every aspect of life. First off, we do see tokenized assets use a DLT to overcome many of the difficulties of today's ESG assets. They leverage DLT's unique immutability, cryptography, and time stamping capabilities to make assets verifiable and linked to the originating data. Now, when we look at this, how are these going to really kind of play a role into TPS demanding areas within Hedera? Well, ServiceNow plays an essential role in managing data generated by devices, e.g. sensors, solar panels, satellites, data entered through integrations with any other systems of records, and human input, which is still often used in ESG reporting. So when we talk about this, this could possibly generate We're talking about billions of transactions on a daily basis, which would be astronomical for Hedera at its current level. And why do I say that? Well, when we actually look at the supply and demand sides of things, here you guys have how all of this will play a vital role. So you do see GHG producer, you also see the ecological projects, and you do see the MRV, and then here is the GHG reduction slash avoidance, energy consumption slash GHG emissions, tokenization. Here's where, Hedera plays a vital role. And this all goes through brown tokens representing emissions, and then also down here, green tokens representing CO2 reduction. And here's the offsets. So this is actually going to be pretty large at scale, especially when you are thinking about the size of ServiceNow. They are a very large company. We've talked about them on an almost monthly basis at this point because they're such a large company, and they are one of the biggest confirmed use cases in regards to the Hedera sector. And here you guys have their layers in regards to like the Hedera layer. So you have layer 1 DLT, Hedera Hashgraph, consensus service as well as the token service. Layer 2 API, Guardian API. Layer 3 platform, ServiceNow. And then this is all through how things will work within this entire system. Now, why is this very interesting? Why, at the end of the day, are we focused on this so often? Why are we so focused on ServiceNow? Why are we talking about ServiceNow all the time? Well, first off, I think that this tweet here from Coinman, the HBAR Barbarian, by the way, shout out to Coinman, I think that this kind of gives us a little bit of an insight. So Hedera Hashgraph is the layer 1 for the ServiceNow ESG public ledger. Hedera is the ideal for many reasons: governance, economics, and performance, carbon neutral. I mean, this is huge, right? Ought to send ripples through the crypto sphere. HBAR is the ultimate utility coin. Can I get an amen? HBAR Barbarians. Now, the funny thing about this is that when we actually go and check out a lot of the customer stories on ServiceNow, we've talked about this company many times over. There's 80% of the Fortune 500s already assigned to ServiceNow. A few that I do want to mention is the NBA. The NBA is already here. Coca-Cola is already here. Deloitte. And these are just a few of many. A lot of them are data-driven major names as well. But if you wanted to go and check out the industry, you could check out all of these major industries that they are a part of. Automotive and transport, biotech, pharmaceuticals, consumer goods, education. You get the gist here, right? This is literally almost any industry that you could think of. There's also an others tab here. Then there's also products and solutions. Here is major areas of focus that kind of, I would say, niche things down. The big one is ESG, environmental, social, and governance. That's the one that I do kind of want to focus on at the current level, just because like this is where Hedera is positioned at, and there is some major names here. In fact, the NBA is here, official workflow partner of the NBA and WNBA. And there's also some other big ones, NHS, Swiss Re, and there's a lot more here as well, but these are like the main ones I did want to focus on. There's also a few other ones as well. If you go to the Now platform, which, this is also in correlation with Hedera. I mean, Aflac's here, 7-Eleven. I'm trying to think about ones that everyone will essentially know if they're watching this. Deloitte is also a massive bank. But you kind of get the gist, right? I mean, like they literally have almost every single name that you could think about out there assigned to ServiceNow. Like here's Lloyd's Bank. I mean, it really is a ridiculous partnership that they have with ServiceNow. Here's Wayfair, which Wayfair is it's a retail giant. So. But yeah, I mean, like you could go through this, you could look through everything. I'm just gonna go to all platforms. I'm just gonna say like United States for an example. Here's all the major United States companies that are assigned to ServiceNow. I'm sure that you guys know Delta. I'm sure that you guys know major names here. But my idea around this is the fact that you could see all of the major names that are tied to ServiceNow. You go and check out the About section. You could read all about ServiceNow. This is just one company, by the way. This is not like everything that's going to be powered on Hedera, but it's all centered on workflows. I've always said like the workflows is the big key here, especially when you look at the scalability of this. 80% of the Fortune 500 is huge. But this is also looking at how can we make all of these major companies green. If Hedera is going to be the key DLT here to make every single major ServiceNow partner green, because at the end of the day, that's that end goal around a lot of these major names is getting them to the point where they are carbon negative or carbon neutral. But that's like a huge use case here because it's going to be utilizing the consensus service as well as the token service for all of this. And all of these major giants are going to move through the DLT, which is Hedera Hashgraph, through the API. And you have ServiceNow at the layer 3. This is what you are going to mainly see. You're going to be seeing ServiceNow promoting, hey, turn your company green with this new technology stack. And nobody's going to really know Guardian API. No one's going to really know Hedera Hashgraph unless you actually do extensive research. Remember what I've always said since inception on a lot of these projects? I've always said you want to pay attention to the technology that no one knows. No one will know about this tech stack. No one will know about this layer 1 down here. This is essentially the core of this system. You will have these corporations, these giants that people are all aware of. I mean, like, these are companies that me, you, anyone that you know in your life basically know about these companies. I mean, you go to, like, we'll just say, consumer goods, for an example. Here's Coca-Cola, Fruit of the Loom, Wayfair. I mean, these are just a few of the names. These are giant names. You can click on all of these names. You could see what they are doing. You could see the entire rollout phase. You could see why they're utilizing them. You could see the size of the company as well. They give you a full-on breakdown. But the reason why I'm talking about this, and the reason why I really kind of discuss the size of some of these other companies, and the reason why I talk about like the domino effect from something like ServiceNow, is that it plays a vital role in the success of Hedera without people even knowing about HBAR. So you knowing about HBAR, you knowing about this project and that this project exists, puts you in a very unique position. And that unique position is investing in the tech stack that will power the entire green move around 80% of the Fortune 500 companies. This is astronomical in the sense of not only the value proposition here, but also the longevity of your investment vehicle as well. I think that right now a lot of people do get caught up in the price, and I understand it completely. I get it. Listen, I understand. I mean, at the end of the day, we all want to make money on this. But right now, I think that this is going to be one of the largest use cases next to Atma.io, next to the Coupon Bureau. You could see the life cycle of this. Here's the here's the Now platform. They were just talking about the Now platform. It manages workflows for participants, onboarding, token lifecycle, and approvals, allowing DLT data visibility and analytics. Data is huge, but also like data is becoming the new oil. There's a lot of money in that, but they also do make they do make a really good point here. And it's our planet requires an ESG public ledger to manage climate assets, liabilities, and verifiable data. ServiceNow and Hedera Guardian enabled this worldwide ledger to be directly plugged into the enterprise processes. Think about that. Think about that at scale. Into the enterprise processes. This is going to be plug and played. That's huge. And I'm trying to get the point across here that you need to really think about this being utilized by 80% of the Fortune 500. First off, think about the scale of some of those companies alone. So having these enterprise giants plug and played through something like the Now platform powered by Hedera, this is going to generate billions, possibly even trillions of transactions on Hedera. This is going to be huge. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below, though. If you did enjoy this video, I love to see you guys hit that like button, subscribe, and turn notifications on. If you guys want more free content, you guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord down in the description below. As always, after you all have a beautiful day, beautiful night, wherever you guys are in this beautiful world. This has been Nick. Peace out, guys.